Ladies and gentlemen, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. The Season 2 update changed a lot in Warzone in general. Loadouts and class setups are now pretty different because of all the various attachment changes. The map is a bit different because of the new shipwreck area and the fact that zombies are here now. And gameplay in general has changed a bit too. And specifically today, we're looking at how Season 2 completely changed the ability to, one, just get an insane amount of money for doing pretty much absolutely nothing, and two, the ability to regain, which can be pretty tricky given the lobby or zone you have in any given match. So as we break down how to really capitalize off of this change, if you enjoy the video, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. Let's go for 3,500 likes on this one. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed, this is the place to be for pretty much everything going on in COD. Tips, news, setups, you name it, it's all right here. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. Now, basically with Season 2, like I said, the map got a handful of changes, and of course, mainly we're focused on what they added to the game and not so much what they took away. However, it is actually what Raven removed in Season 2 that now makes gameplay so much different if you're specifically trying to regain in a lobby, maybe after getting taken out and winning a gulag, or perhaps you're last up in your squad and you're just trying to dip out of the heat, go recollect yourself and bring your squad back. And again, like I said, this could also work off the rip if you don't want to just jump out of the plane and immediately land and loot up very, very quickly. So basically, in the patch notes, Raven said that due to the outbreak, quote unquote, they closed the subways, the stadium garage, then also bunkers 0, 4, 5, 6, 9, nice, and then also 11. But what they did not mention was that they basically removed all the previous Easter eggs that we had in Warzone prior to the Cold War integration. So the bunkers that you can access with the codes, they're still on the map technically. Unfortunately, though, they're not accessible anymore because you don't have the option to input any codes. But other Easter eggs, such as the shacks from the Ponteg's Pond event and the stadium Easter egg as well, those are actually still in play, but they don't require you to do any extra steps to gain access to them. So previously, to get into either the shack by the TV station or the shack by the prison, and then also there's the one inside of farmland as well, you had to actually get the specific code for them, input that code on the keypad, and then it lets you in. And inside, there was always some form of loot, like a legendary chest, a weapon or two, definitely very, very easy loot. But now you can actually get into those areas and you can get into them for free. It requires no code. The doors are just unlocked and you can enter as you please. Of course, though, we're wiping our shoes off before we're entering. We gotta still have our manners. Those are 3 places you can now access for completely free that are gonna give you some easy loot if you're the first one there. Of course, the whole asterisk here and the whole catch here is that there's no guarantees someone else in your lobby won't be trying to do the same thing, but just faster than you. So there's a chance this could backfire, but for the sake of easy loot throughout all the locations today, it can definitely be worth the gamble if the situation is right. Anyways, the shacks are some great options for some free loot, either off a spawn or off of a gulag win, but they're also supplying the least amount of loot out of everything and everywhere else we're talking about. Now, with more loot obviously comes, I would say, a higher risk of more people trying to do the same thing, but your next option is going to be the stadium, which unfortunately is definitely a more common spot to land at compared to the random shacks. So for a regain here, you are going to need a bit of luck. You're going to have to hope that people aren't landing here, that it's not a hot spot. But on the off chance that no one landed at stadium in your match, or on the off chance they just didn't happen to loot where you need to go, there is a great amount of money here. You can get it in like 5-10 seconds of actual looting once you find the location. So it's very, very easy. Low risk, high reward in the sense of the loot that's there. Higher risk, I would say, based off the fact that stadium isn't like a completely obsolete location on the map. But as we know previously, we had the whole stadium Easter egg, which required you to find the special key cards that give you access to the garage room, the concourse room, and then also the executive room, all of which had some special loot in them. They of course gave you the key codes to access like the whole Easter egg room as well. But unfortunately now, because Season 2 closed that garage floor, that room in that entire area is off limits. You can no longer access that. But the concourse room and the executive level room are now both unlocked, just like the shacks. You no longer need to get the key card anymore because, well, the key cards no longer exist, so that completely takes that out of the equation. So again, this is free loot if you are the first one to it, and it's a lot of free loot at that. So on the executive level, which you can get to either via the stairs or the elevator zipline from inside on the concourse, or the ziplines on the outside of the building, you're gonna find the Easter egg room on like the right corner of the building if you're coming from downtown. Hopefully that makes sense for location. And inside here, you can end up getting multiple legendary chests, which obviously offer things like cash bags, which can help you get your teammates back or get you on your way towards another loadout. They also offer armor satchels and better weapons too, so just hitting one of these rooms here can really set you up off a spawn or off of a regain attempt. Definitely worthwhile to try and get one of these. But if you can get both rooms, then you're going to be looking really good in either situation. And if you do want to try and hit both, the second room is going to be on the concourse level over at the bar, which should be on the front left corner, I would say, if you're coming from downtown. This room offers a few more legendary chests, which again, it's going to put you in a great position in terms of cash and hopefully armor. If you can get both of these rooms to yourself, you know, book them up for a night, have a nice getaway, if you will, you can end up with anywhere from $10,000 to $25,000 in just a few moments, since all the chests are right on top of each other and they're in the same location, obviously. So this is a strat that is definitely great if you need some quick cash or you just want some easy loot. Then I'd say the next areas are about on the same level of hot, if you will, as the stadium. People know about them in general, so they're like no secret area that's going to be completely untouched. However, the new missile silos are great for loot as well, especially the one outside of the hills and construction area, just because it's so big, it's thick, all right? There's quite a few chests in here that can end up giving you some good cash and some good weapons. There's a lot of ground loot as well, so for a more simple regain, maybe not as extreme in terms of cash and amounts of armor as stadium, but enough to just get you going, basically. This bunker is a great choice. Then looking at the other two, the one at Bunker 10's location is going to be decent. It's not super big, so the loot opportunities aren't as, I guess, plentiful as the first silo area, but this bunker usually spawns at least one legendary chest, which of course is pretty nice. Then you can get some other floor loot from it too. Then the final silo is the one up by the military base area, which again, really isn't huge in size, but if no one else lands there before you, you're gonna get yourself an easy couple of chests and some floor loot that can have you back into the game to at least a certain extent. Now, of course, the zones you get in any given match are going to determine where you can or can't go. And like I said earlier, other people can easily try and do this as well. So you can also run into situations where you try and regain at one of these spots. Unfortunately, it's already looted. But for the most part, maybe with the exception of the shacks, they're in good rotation spots. You know, the one outside of hills has hills and construction and promenade to loot. The stadium obviously has downtown around it. So push come to shove, worst case scenario, if they are already looted, you can easily rotate out and get back into the game normally. But if you want a quicker, easier way to try and get back into the game or get a ton of stuff off a spawn, these locations give you some great opportunities to do so. So yeah, there you have it. With all of that being said, that is how Season 2 completely changed the ability to regain in a match and or loot up and get a ton of cash very quickly. And that's going to wrap things up for today. If you enjoyed the video, or if you just found it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with the latest news, intel, updates, and everything else going on in COD, this is the place to be. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I upload a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, and Control Freak products. The links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.